things though. The world building and storytelling in Hollow Knight is extraordinary, and the content it has for only costing $15 is crazy. I know I said earlier in the video that you don't need to pay attention to the lore to play this game, but without it, the exploration and boss battles wouldn't even give you half the impact they initially do. That being said though, the combat is really fucking good even on its own. You start the game off with just a simple slash and soul heal, which works fine for a while. At this point, you're mostly just relying on your movement and reactions to handle enemies and obstacles. None of it is too difficult though, which makes sense since the early game is basically just one big sandbox to help you get comfortable with the controls. The boss arenas are all decently sized, usually giving you plenty of room to move around, which for the earlier bosses like this absolute unit right here is more than enough. However, since your nail has a pretty short range at the start of the game, you can't just waltz up to certain enemies and start swinging, especially the ones with some form of dash attack. The combat is simple, sure, but it's how you combine it with your movement that really makes or breaks your experience. You shouldn't stand around and wait for the enemy to make the first move every single time, but panicking and grinding up the balls like an Amsterdam stripper is hardly any better. You've got to find that balance between being patient and knowing when to be on the offensive. As you explore, you'll eventually unlock charms and abilities that can completely change how you play. Charms in particular let you get very creative, granting you various abilities like extra health, a little minion, and